Hey up everybody, my name's Joshua Morrison, director of Johnny Moz's Lessons in Confidence. Today I want to talk about what happens when you're kind of doing a lot, exploring, traveling, and it sort of feels like you start to lose sense of reality and start to dip into this almost dreamlike state. So we've all been traveling somewhere or other, right? We've all kind of left our little hometown, gone out for the first time and seen a world that's kind of foreign to us, right? We've all, you leave the country for the first time and you see a new culture and it's a bit of a culture shock. You get that kind of thing. You go to, say, another town in the same country as yours and it's just a bit different. Right now, I'm in Edinburgh in Scotland, right? Which is quite different from where I normally sit around, which is London in England, right? And at the moment, the Edinburgh Fringe Festival is on, which is just it's a load of comedy. And to be honest, I can't be asked for any of it. And I've been walking up and down, and I keep getting people handing me leaflets, right? There'll be someone that'll stop me and say, oh, really nice camera there. There's different levels of salespeople. Some of them are really good, some of them are just like that. Do. One of them was so good, I gave him my card and asked him to be in one of these videos where I just interview him about his marketing techniques. But he wasn't interested, which is totally fine. I get it. He said he'd be in touch, which logically that usually means that they're not vastly interested. Because that's what I say when I'm trying to get rid of someone. It's that whole thing of like, oh, I'm very busy. It's like, you're not actually that busy. And I don't mind that at all because he's doing his job and he's doing it really well, to the point where he's probably above me, right? In terms of marketing techniques. There's people out here all over the place. He's probably seeing people in the background that look quite interesting, right? And it's just such an interesting world that I'm in right at this very moment. The air at the moment in Edinburgh is full of, weed smoke, but more importantly, a sense of community, a sense of dreamlikeness, and everything. There's market stalls all over the place. Behind me, there's a huge set of market stalls. There's people walking up and down this, people giving out leaflets, trying to talk to people all over the place. And yeah, they can be quite annoying, but at the end of the day, they are kind of just doing their job. They're trying to promote their comedy shows. So I don't actually give them any shit for that because they are doing a good job of that. And it's important to try and uplift small comedians, that don't get to do this full time, right? We can't all be fucking Jimmy Carr, right? And I just thought it was interesting because right now, filming this video, I don't feel like I'm in touch with reality in the sort of sense like I'm walking around in a normal day to day. I feel like I'm in a sort of dream world where everything's a little bit airy, right? Where everything's a bit larger than life, right? And I go through this every once in a while when I'm in a weird situation that just never happens to me. Like a few months ago, I went to Lithuania and I saw King Gizzard in a concert. And I felt the same thing there, entirely different context, but I felt the same sort of weird dreamlike state. And I think that life isn't necessarily about chasing those dreamlike states, but it certainly helps. It certainly makes you feel something euphoric, something really interesting, absolutely fantastic. And I've just been really interested in just seeing the ability of some of these people that are going up and down marketing their various comedy shows. And I just think that they're doing such a good job with it, right? That it's just worthwhile to be a part of this. I actually enjoy talking to these people because they're doing a good job of it. And this video is a little bit all over the place because I'm a little bit all over the place because, as I said, I'm not in touch with reality, right? But I would say that having that experience and having that euphoria is one of the, not necessarily the point of life, because I don't know if there's a singular point to our existence, but it certainly makes life feel more worthwhile. And I think we could all agree that a life that feels worthwhile is better than a life that doesn't feel worthwhile. We all want to feel like there's a reason that we're here. And right now I feel like there's a reason that I'm here, which is 1, to make these videos, 2, to do the job that I'm here to do, and 3, just to explore this city that I haven't been to in so long and just to see what's going on. I just think that there's so many interesting people that are knocking about. And I've been having such a fun time talking to the locals, talking to this, that and the other. And when I'm in my normal sort of comfort zone, it don't feel this level of euphoria, right? And I didn't really want to be coming here. I was really in my head about, oh, I'm so tired, I'm going to be doing it, it's such a long effort, all this kind of stuff. But then when you actually go and do it, suddenly it feels all right. Suddenly everything feels okay. And I think that's kind of the point, is that I like to say the saying quite a lot, which is everything will be all right in the end, and if it's not all right, it's not the end. And obviously, what is the end and what is all right is subjective. And right now isn't nearly the end, but it does feel all right. Everything feels like it's going to be okay, right? And it's good to feel like that. It's good to feel like, not necessarily that you're in control, but that things are just working out. And right now it feels like things are working out, right? I feel, I was so worried about coming here, and now I'm here, I'm having such a good time. That's the key distinction here, right? You're going to be worried about doing anything that puts you out, but once you're actually there, you realize it's a lot easier than you actually worried it was going to be, because you got so super in your head about it, and two, it's going to just be so much more enjoyable because you had that sort of, oh, I'm in my own head about it, oh, it's going to be so stressful, that kind of thing, right? Say, for instance, right, you start a new job and you're really worried about it, and then you turn out to really enjoy it. Say, for instance, you've been really excited to go to like some meeting with your friends that you've been looking forward to for like a month, and then you get there and it's kind of a shite time. There's no controlling any of this. There's no controlling when these dreamlike states are going to come over you, but sometimes they do, and all you can do is feel it to your utmost, to be as most you as you possibly can be, because if you're not you, then who are you, right? At the end of the day, you are, insert your first name and last name / maybe middle name, depending on where you're from, and if you're Icelandic, you probably don't have a last name, right? But that's not necessarily you. The you is the emotions that are going through your head. The you is the feeling of euphoria when you're happy and the feeling of misery when you're sad. It's, if you're depressed, it's that feeling of nothingness and not nihilism, but that just endless sort of, what's the word that I'm trying to think of? Entropy, And all of these things make, if they're positive, then you can embrace them and make them a part of you. And if they're negative, then you can try and quell them and make them as a distant and less a part of you as possible, because you are in control of who you are. You can choose what your personality is to a varying level of degree. Maybe if you're an introvert, you can't decide to be an extrovert and vice versa, but you can decide what kind of interests you have. You can decide where you want to live. You can, to a varying degree. You can decide what your future prospects are going to be. You can decide all of these things for yourself, because there's a world of opportunity out there, depending on who you are and all of these different things, and you can make the best of your situation no matter what that situation is. And maybe it's just mindless optimism, but I think mindless optimism is better than mindless pessimism and that thing called realism, which is that hopeless fucking centrist equivalent of fucking positivity and negativity. It's those people that are like, the glass isn't half full or half empty, it's just half. There's half of it there, there's half of the water in the cup. Like, shut the fuck up. The whole point of the half full, half empty analogy is just that it's really easy. It's just a nice, simple way of just talking about it. Hey, mate, excuse me. Would you be interested in talking about your marketing expertise? No worries. Just thought I'd ask, because you seem really good at it. I've seen you sell loads of stuff. No worries, no worries. See? In another world, in another realm, I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have said that and just gone up to him just like, hey, do you want to talk about it? He wasn't able to talk about it, which is absolutely fair enough. But, in another world where I didn't have this dreamlike state over me, I wouldn't have bothered. I complimented someone on their makeup just walking around. I was walking around at 2 in the morning. I complimented someone on their makeup. I never would have done that, right? They were a bloke, by the way, so it didn't look like I was a womanizer or anything like that, or a creep. It's just kind of, I don't know. I feel good. I feel nice and good. I know this video has been completely all over the place, and I do apologise for that, but well, I've got to do my job now, so I'm gonna kind of have to wrap this up early, because I've got to go down there and I'm filming a comedy festival. I'm not going to advertise it to you because you don't actually give a shit about it, let's be real. And I don't blame you, because like all of these people that are handing out these leaflets, I wonder what the turnover rate is, how many people actually end up, go into the things that you get the leaflets for. I got loads of leaflets and I just chucked them in the bin. And most of these leaflets are going to end up in the bin, in recycling. And that's a bit of a shame. Maybe there'll be a video in that one day, but it's not going to be this video, because this video is just about the dreamlike state and embracing it. Maybe I'll do one about the dreamlike state, but I think this is what the dreamlike state actually is. So that's going to be it from me. Thank you very much for watching this video, everybody. If you got something out of this, let me know what it is, because I don't know. I feel like this video has been a bit all over the place, but I do feel like it's captured some sort of feeling. maybe it's not managed to make any logistical sense, but maybe emotionally it's able to resonate with someone in some capacity. And if it has with you, then please tell me how, so that I can do more of them when I'm in this sort of state again, which will inevitably happen. I'd like to know how to do this video more coherently. So yeah, that's going to be it from me. Thank you very much for watching. Did you see what the dreamlike state was? I never do that. Right, let's go on. Ooh, you know, I don't do any of that stuff, but I feel active and hyper right now and ready to take on the world, and that's a good feeling, and you should have that feeling too, and you should do everything in your power to get to that state. And I don't know what I've done to get to this state, but I've managed it. Well, I said yes to coming to Edinburgh, so if someone asks you to come to Edinburgh to film a comedy event, say yes.